It's one of the largest participant sports in Australia, and currently there are more than 400,000 registered touch football players, and it's growing every single year. We have on the couch two of the best players going around, Nona and Marikki. Watego. Welcome, girls. How are you? Yeah. So both of you guys have represented Queensland in touch, and Marikki, you have represented New South Wales and Australia. Welcome to League Nation Live.
Oh, thank you.
It's good to be here.
How good is this, guys? Ladies on the lounge. This is all-female panel. That's good, right?
I love it.
Feels pretty good. Maybe the boys might not get their lounge back.
Let's nudge them out.
Well, let's talk about chicks football. We know in the A-League, there's a W League. How do you guys feel about maybe getting a women's NRL?
Yeah, I reckon bring it in. I'd love to have some fun footy, if Mum lets me. With these thick legs here, maybe bulk them up a bit.
What do you think, Talisha?
Yeah, absolutely. I think with women's footy heading in that direction already, I think it's only a matter of time. Hopefully, in the next 4 or 5 years, if it could be a really realistic thing.
Yeah, I think we're a bit far off that just yet. Definitely with the exposure of the All-Stars, Indigenous All-Stars game, I think that's, it's a stepping stone to it. But, yeah, a bit far off it just yet.
Yeah, I think there's certainly an appetite out there. I mean, this year it was broadcast free, live to air right around the country. And I think, baby steps, but we will get there one day.
Yep.
All right, let's get down to the footy. Girls, touch footy is so popular, not only with men and women, but kids as well. Why do you think that is?
Yeah, it's a fun and enjoyable sport, and it's available for kids, adults, and they even have the specialised touch football for the disabled children. So it's a good opportunity for them too.
Yeah, I think it's not narrowed to one demographic. Like you see under 40s running around, men's and women's, and you can see people like Scotty Prince running around in our nationals.
How old are you, Scott?
I'm not sure if he's in the 40s, but yeah, so I think it's just open to such a wide range of demographic. Like there's women's touch, men's touch and mixed, so also that opportunity to play with the opposite sex, it's a great dynamic on and off the field. So yeah, it's definitely open to a lot of people. That's probably why it's so popular.
And there are some differences between touch and NRL in terms of skill. Can you tell me a little bit about that, the differences between the two sports?
Yeah, well, there's definitely the obvious ones, like there's no kicking in touch footy. There's also definitely no contact. It gets a bit rough at times, but there's no full-on tackles. So those are the obvious differences. But I would personally think there's more similarities between the two. You see players like Princey. Yeah, I'll give him a shout out, like Princey, like Matt Moylan.
You talking about me?
Here he comes.
Oh, it's all girls. I suppose you can stay here.
Okay, you can stay.
She's a pretty girl.
You were saying?
I was saying. Anyway, I'll keep going. Sean Johnson is another person who's started in touch or played a bit, probably a bit.
Benji.
Yeah, Benji as well, and Ash Taylor playing for the Titans. So, yeah, I guess they definitely have a lot of their skills from touch, or it's helped them in their rugby league. So, yeah, there's definitely a lot of similar skills.
Yep, no worries. Where do you think that touch fits into the rugby league environment? So, especially with families, etc. Where do you think that touch fits in?
Yeah, well, for me, I think it definitely brings women into the sport more. Our Elite 8 series has 8 teams of 16 women. So that's around 128 players, female players, coming into the sport. So to have that alliance with touch football and the NRL, we're just feeding more women into the sport. And to me, I think that's a really great thing. And the exposure of women's touch football and women's rugby league is just... it's outstanding. But like I was saying before, players like Princey, you can get off the couch now. Yeah, I guess that's how it fits in. Is you just get those transferable skills from rugby league to touch footy. So it's that groundwork, those ground skills the touch brings.
I actually remember Princey back, I think it was 98, and we played under 20s, and him and PJ Marsh were in the Queensland team. So that's how way back we go.
All right, well, thank you so much, girls, and thanks, Princey, for completely jumping on the couch with us.